As uncertainty continues for some companies, it is important to understand how you can get more funds to help during a crisis. A popular option is a bridge loan. A bridge loan is a short-term loan that can help bridge the gap between your current need for financing and your long-term goals. Although bridge loans are a popular option, especially for startup businesses, they must be utilized properly to be effective. For example, bridge loans can have complex accounting issues that can be commonly overlooked, which is why it is important to become knowledgeable in common bridge loan terms so that proper financial reporting can be done. Bridge loans have short-term maturities of generally 1 year or less. Due to the nature of these loans, investors generally require a higher return since they have a greater exposure to risk. Since bridge loans are given to companies when a business could be in financial danger and has a greater need for financing, these loans carry a higher risk of default and therefore can require a higher interest rate than the traditional loans. Sometimes companies that are in need of financing through a bridge loan are unable to pay these high interest rates, which is why these loans can also offer other privileges to the investors to encourage them to loan the money. An important term to understand with bridge loans is variable share settlement. Bridge loans are generally extended to investors who participate in the next round of equity financing. It can be common for these types of loans to require the issuer to then settle its obligations by delivering a variable number of its shares, aka variable share settlement. Doing this allows the loan to serve as an advance on future equity financing. In the loan agreement, this feature is described as a conversion option. Since the variable share settlement is based on a fixed amount, the holder won't be exposed to any equity risk of the issuer upon settlement. Bridge loans also share other features that can protect the investor when the issuer is unable to close their next qualified financing event. This is known as fixed share conversion. This true conversion option allows the lender to convert the loan into a class of shares that existed when the bridge loan was initiated. The conversion rate is set at the issuance price of the most recent equity round or the honest value of the shares when the bridge financial loan was issued. Due to the price being fixed, it gives the loan provider the fair value of the underlying shares. Now, there are some important accounting considerations that can get neglected or overlooked using this method. This is generally due to the complexity of the accounting literature that governs bridge loans. For example, the first one is ASC 480. Since bridge loans are the legal form of credit card debt, it is recognized as a liability. However, these loans contain variable share settlements for a set financial amount, which is why the issuer should take into consideration whether the bridge loan is within the scope of ASC 480. The loan will be inside the scope of ASC 480 if it meets the following: obligates the borrower, either conditionally or unconditionally, to issue a variable number of shares equal to a fixed monetary amount, and this obligation is the predominant settlement outcome at inception. Caution should be taken when trying to determine whether the bridge loan meets the above criteria, as accounting classification can always change based on the specific terms that are within the agreement. I only touched on a few of the important phrases and accounting considerations that you'll want to understand if you are considering a bridge loan. If you have questions regarding if this type of financing is right for you, contact your accountant for assistance.